What's good, YouTube? I'm Robert with the Crosscut Creations channel. Today we're going to take the 2017 Ornament Challenge hosted by Stratton and Jacobson. I'll link their channels in the description. I want to thank them for putting this on. I've never turned an ornament, so we'll see what happens. Here's the piece I'll be turning. I went up to Woodcraft and I got a block of this African wood. It was a cutoff from one of their bins. I put my X there so I can drill a hole through the center. Like I said before, I've never turned an ornament, so come along and let's see what happens. Here we go. We picked up a kit from Woodcraft. It was an ornament kit, and I'm just taking a 7mm drill bit and drilling through the center of the block of wood. I put the block of wood in my pen vise to do that. After that, I drill a 1-inch hole into two sides of the block of wood. I used a clamp to keep my piece square so I could effectively drill it. Drilling the 7mm hole first allows me to have a straight hole through each side, so then that way when I go to put it on the pen mandrel, it works out real well and I don't have any issues with that. After I drill the holes, I mark for where the tubes need to be inserted into the holes, into the 7mm holes. Off camera, I trim them to size, and then I'm putting my my finger on the inside of the ornament. This allows me to insert the tube the correct distance, and then once the CA glue dries, I can trim off the excess. After I trim off the excess, I take the blank to the lathe and I start turning. This was an interesting turn because at times you felt like you were turning air, but you were also turning wood, obviously. I struggled at first because I had it I had the lathe on a slower speed. I quickly figured out that turning the speed of the lathe up helped this turning process go pretty smoothly. I turned it up to just north of about 1,000 or 1,100 RPMs, which is a little under what I turn pens at, but this was plenty fast for this ornament turning application. After I finish turning, I have the obligatory sanding post, or not post, but rather the sanding clips, dry sand 60, 120, 220, and 400, and then run through the micro mesh. After I hit the ornament with the sandpaper, I went ahead and installed my G3 chuck onto my lathe, and then I turned a small Christmas tree for the center of the ornament. I just used a scrap piece of dowel to turn this ornament, or this inside piece rather. I tried to put the tree into the inside of the turned ornament. I put CA glue on the base of the tree, and I fought with this for a little while because for whatever reason the two pieces were not cooperating with me, and it took me a little bit of time to actually get the base of the tree to set. I got this kit from Woodcraft. I realized that the bottom finial was not going to fit, so I just inserted the top portion and there's a finished product. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this project. Again, I want to thank Carl Jacobson and Alan Stratton for putting on this 2017 Ornament Challenge. Here is the finished ornament. Let's see if we can. In the middle there, it was supposed to be a tree, but my shaping skills are not quite where I want them to be, and honestly, considering this was my first ever ornament, I'm not complaining. Here was my first attempt at a Christmas tree. It was way too big and it's just way too bulky. Almost looks like a piece of chicken, like a almost like a drumstick. Here's the second version. You can see how big the first version was compared to the second version. This version, the tenon was too big, so it didn't fit in the, or it was too wide, so it didn't fit in the in the tube. And then for this ornament right here, I was going to put the finial on the bottom, but then the tenon came down way too far, so I just left the finial off. So this was a lot of fun for a first ornament ever. I'm absolutely not complaining. I know it was an absolute learning experience. I had so much fun. I'm definitely going to turn more of these. There's a lot that I could do differently that could make these that much better. I think this might be African blackwood, but I'm not entirely sure. Like I said earlier, I got this out of the bin. I got this out of a bin at Woodcraft that said, African cutoffs. So if you do know what it is, let me know. This is unfinished. There is no finish on this yet. I'm not entirely sure what to finish it with. If you have any ideas, put them down in the comments. If you like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you comment, subscribe, share. We'll see you next time.